Welcome back. Take a look at PayPal stock this morning. It's down about 1 1/3%. The company is backtracking now on a recently announced policy that it would fine users $2,500 for anything that they deem as misinformation. It sparked backlash on social media. So yesterday I spoke with the former Teal Capital president, Arizona Senate candidate Blake Masters, about the plan. Watch.
We need to ban companies at that level, at that size, especially if they're touching banking or if they're in social media. We're going to ban these companies from discriminating against users because of the political content of their speech. You can't let a non-bank lender at the size of PayPal just discriminate against people and decide what's misinformation and fine them. No, I'm sorry. We should make that unthinkable, and we're going to make that illegal once we take back Congress and the White House, certainly.
Well, joining me right now is Texas Congressman Roger Williams. He's a member of the Financial Services Committee and vice-ranking member of the Small Business Committee. Congressman, has PayPal been living under a rock with all of the misinformation coming out of this administration? And now they're going to decide what's information and what's misinformation. Your reaction?
Well, it's pretty unbelievable that they would do this, but I was glad to see how the people really fired back to them, said, we're not going to do business with you anymore, and they withdrew it. But I think, Maria, I think that's what you're going to see across this country come November. There's a lot of people that have just been attacked, and freedom of speech and all this kind of thing. We're going to see the results in voting in November. But the fact that they would even think they could do it and squelch conservative voices is still pretty unbelievable in this country.
Yeah, it really is. But, Congressman, here we are in campaign season. We are less than a month away from the midterm elections, and Americans are still facing such pain at the pump and 40-year high inflation. Yep. The national price of gasoline now climbing back above $3.90 a gallon at $3.91. The U.S. is reportedly turning to Venezuela for oil following OPEC's decision to cut oil output. Congressman, give us your take on oil and whether or not you believe we've seen these prices peak.
Well, I mean, I hope so. I'm not so sure we have. We're going to see them continue to probably go up if, as long as this administration does not want to drill here. I mean, this president's out there begging to Venezuela, he's begging to OPEC, begging the world for more oil, when he ought to go out to Midland, Texas and beg. We got plenty of resources right here in the country. We know before we shut down the Keystone Pipeline how strong this country can be as far as the world stage in oil production. So we need to turn it loose. We need to all-above approach, let people compete, quit subsidizing, and let's get us out of this mess. But we're in a situation now where we just rely on everybody else to raise our fuel prices instead of controlling them and bringing them down by drilling in this country.
Yeah, what is this doing for small business? I mean, you've got costs rising on everything from food to shelter to energy. You're on the Small Business Committee. What are you hearing from small business owners?
Well, we hear that they're being squeezed, and I'm a small business owner myself. I'm in the car business. We see it firsthand with the cost of fuel going up. But, you know, all the regulations that are being put on Main Street, the 87,000 IRS agents are scaring the heck out of small business. And then you have all this this energy cost going up. And the thing about, Maria, you can't pass this on to the consumer. I mean, maybe you can a little bit, but unfortunately, you have to begin to eat the cost. And when you do that, you have to cut people back. It costs jobs. It costs business. So that, and then you couple that with inflation that we have right now. It's a tough time for Main Street America.
Well, it sure is with 40-year high inflation, but the crime stats are also just stunning. We have 3 migrant buses that have already arrived in Port Authority, New York City this morning, Congressman. 3 migrant buses with about 50 people on them each. These people are coming off of the buses right now. We're looking at live pictures, and they are going now into Port Authority. We don't know where they go next. Do you?
No, we don't know. In fact, you go down to the border. I'm down the border a lot, down at the McAllen sector, where our Border Patrol is just doing unbelievably great work. But there's people down there that the Border Patrol don't even know where they're going at night. And so forth. So this administration has got to get serious about the border. Kamala Harris was in my district the other day in Austin, Texas, and she didn't even go down to the doggone border. She doesn't acknowledge it. It's just unbelievable. But these people that are being shipped on these buses, I mean, we can't take them all in Texas. These sanctuary cities need to take some of them and see what that's like. So I think we're doing the right thing by moving them out of here. But also we got to secure the border and rebuild the wall.
Well, it's a good point. Kamala Harris went to Texas for a fundraiser, did not go to the border, even though the wide open border is destroying people's lives, whether it be the migrants who are dying in the Rio Grande and getting raped by dangerous cartels, or the fentanyl that is coming through and poisoning Americans, Congressman. Everywhere you look, these policies have resulted in terrible outcomes for the American people. Do you think this is going to stoke people to come out and vote in the midterms in a month?
Oh, I think so. I mean, I think people see that we're out of control. We've lost our sovereignty. This administration is totally blind to what's going on down there. And, you know, the stay in Mexico policy, the Supreme Court told Biden that you need to adhere to. They're not doing that. I've got a bill to make sure it's permanent. But all these things that worked under President Trump, from stay in Mexico to the wall to judges, we need to get back to doing that, because we need to be a country of borders. We need to send the message to the world. You can come to America, realize the dream, but you have to do it legally.
Yeah, well, we miss the rule of law, don't we? Congressman, it's good to see you. Thanks very much. We will keep watching all of that. Roger Williams joining us this morning. Thank you, sir.
Shalom, shalom, Yashar Allah. I want to start off first things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rahakadash, Paleo Hebrew tongues, created names of the Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to you sister brothers living this truth, and shalom to the brothers and sisters listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Shalom. Turn this down a little bit. I'm not trying to drown me out too much. So peep that, Yasharala. Now we're going to make sense of everything we just watched right there, because all that is tied in and leading to one situation. And that situation is that beast system of Revelation 13 and 16. That's where all these moves are relaying to. From them talking from PayPal, talking about if you do something they don't like, say something they don't like, misinformation, they'll fine you with $2,500. You know, or probably snatch your money up. You know, they right there, like they said in this comment right here, says PayPal showed was a preview of how CBDCs could work against you, which it really should have said will work against you, because that's the whole plan. Once they get you onto a digital currency that's not fiat, that's not real, that's not tangible, it's on the internet, it's digital, that means that the government can control you easier. If you do something they don't like, they'll just take it away. It's going to be like a social credit thing. If you do something out of line or you're outspoken, no more rations for you this week. No credits for you this week. You know, are you doing this? You're going to be docked some credits. Or you can't buy that. You can't go out and purchase that firearm with these digital credits. You can't do that. It gives the government, which goes to the system, the beast system, which is erected by Esau Edom, aka the white nation, gives them more control over the public and the people. And that's what they're gunning for. That's what they're going to erect. That's what they're about to establish. They're going to bring in a currency, because if you watch the second segment of that news clip, they talked about the petrodollar. The reason why they don't want to pump oil here, the US dollar is connected to oil, the petrol. That's why it's called the petrodollar. So as the oil, they cut oil production, and this country loses their oil right there, they're going to also lose the dollar. And that's going to be their excuse to go into a new currency system. They're going to crash this current dollar, the petrodollar, crash it, and then say, oh, we got the plan. We're going to institute, you know, they call it the Miro coin, the Fed coin. It's going to be some type of cryptocurrency. You know, it's going to be a worldwide thing. Everybody's going to use it, because all the global economies are collapsing. The UK, Russia, China, everybody's economy is doing bad because it's all connected. So they're all going to come together to use a digital currency that everybody's going to use, which is going to give the government absolute total control over the people. That's what all this is, all roads, what they say, all roads lead to Rome. That's what all this situation is leading up to. That's what they're doing. That's Esau's diabolical plan. He has to enact the MOTB system before the end comes, before all hell break loose. While he has a little bit of control, he has to put that system in place in order to try to solidify Yashar Allah, or Israel's subjection to him. And it's coming quickly. You can see it clear as day. If, you know, you got eyes that are blessed and ears that can hear. Or if you're subscribing to the wise counsel, because we breaking it down. We showing you, like, man, this is what this devil doing. This is the moves they making. Everything the U.S. government does is to bring in the MOTB system. Everything they're doing, that's what they're doing. Every move they make. That's why everybody look like, I don't know what's going on. Our borders, they're not protecting our borders. They're not pumping oil or being energy dependent. They don't want to be energy dependent. These devils are crashing this thing on purpose to bring in a digital system to give them more control. This devil got bigger issues coming up than energy independence and all this little stuff. He got Yahweh Shah breathing down his neck. The elites know what's on play. The elites know what's about to happen. They're trying to protect themselves from Yahweh Shah, which is the Lord of Lord, King of Kings, because he's coming quickly. They worried about that. They're not worried about these little ideas and situations these little people in the world worried about. No, these elites is trying to destroy the nation of Israel before the Savior comes to redeem them. That's the big thing at stake, man. It's about Esau versus Jacob. Never lose sight of that, Yasharala. That's what this is all about. And this devil has to crash his current system to bring on a new system in order to try to offset that marriage, that reunion that's about to happen. It's about to be a holy family union about to happen. This devil's trying to offset that. So he has to he has to defile the children of Israel before we get here, which he already did that with a certain scenario. He's looking to further capitalize it with Revelation chapter 13 and 16 situation. So with that, I'm gonna bring out a article before we get to the scriptures that's gonna further prove that this is the move they're trying to make. They're trying to get a biometric system in place to keep tags and keep check on everybody. So let's go get that. Check this out, Yasharala. And this is what? February 7th, 2022? Check it out. It says, Global ID granted U.S. patent for vascular biometric recognition and identification. And did you peep that? It said global. Worldwide, baby. Global ID granted. Let's read this. It says, Global ID announces that it received a patent from the United States Patent and Trademark Office for its biometric 3D vein pattern recognition and identification method and device. The year 2022 promised to be a good one with the publication of new patents on our various applications and an entry into the U.S. market, says a press release from Global ID. U.S. patent 11,200,401. Look at that, even got the patent number on there. Is the latest in the Lausanne, Switzerland-based startup national intellectual property strategy that dates back to 2019. Look, it's in the bottomless pit in Europe. See, started over there. It says when it received the international patent from WIPO across 152 countries. You peep that, Yashua? 152 countries, including in Europe and Hong Kong. Global ID says the patent office in the U.S. has issued the patent to Global ID in December 2021, which protects the patent until 2039. Did you hear that? They did that way back in December 2021. What was going on during that time? Stay with it, Yashrala. Check it, we're gonna keep reading. The company's vascular biometrics is said to function by first collecting 3D images of multiple veins in an individual's finger from various angles and depths to prevent spoofing and malicious attempts to impersonate another individual. The patented approach is said to analyze an image of subcutaneous veins and determine the likelihood it is to match with the reference image. Global ID announced a miniature vein biometric scanner in August 2021 named the Vino Scanner. Keep up with that, Yashua. If you see that name pop up, the Vino Scanner, in collaboration with the Swiss Center for Electronics and Microtechnology. Look at that word micro. Keep that in mind. Said microtechnology. Gonna be small and go under the skin. It also announced an attempt to create a mobile, contactless palm vein scanner in light of the, that situation. Did you peep that? Said mobile, contactless palm vein scanner. Now, Yashrala, as I read this, and I look at what they're talking about right here, and we know what happened, during, the year, 2020, 21, what they was doing, that scenario. So that they probably already implemented that. Little do people know, with that scenario. People are already walking around with that biometric, contactless, vascular identification. That's probably already in play. And it said global ID. So it went to something that went globally. And that situation was a global situation. So this is not a conspiracy theory. This is not no fun and games. These devils is making these moves, man. And that's just a step. That's just one step. And they got to, got to make another step, which is going, put their cherry on top. When they get the device, in your body, that's when it's going to make it cherry on top. And see how they going to get people to put a device in their body, man. They got all kinds of scenarios going to roll out. And the chief one they're going to do is, it's about money. People love that money. They're going to make it to where you have to get the device in order to access your money. And that right there is going to make a good majority of people go ahead and go with it. They're going to make it where you can get in your car. You don't need your keys to get in your car. They're going to make it where you get to your job. You use that device to get into your job. And they're saying for us, that's not going to comply with that. They're going to be like, hey, man, you out the society. We don't recognize you. Or they might just make you a public health threat or a terrorist to the state. That's how it's gonna go down. But this the situation what they're doing, y'all, Charlotte. We're just gonna go to the scriptures because all of this is a plot, it's a snare, it's a trap, in order to defile the children of Israel. Therefore, they're no longer worthy of the mercy and grace and redemption of Yahweh Bashiach Shah. Like once you accept that device from this devil, you no longer qualify to be redeemed by Yahweh Shah. He's not coming back for you, because you've already pledged your allegiance to Esau. And that's what's at stake right now. This is the last move. And if you're not paying attention or know what's going on, a lot of our people already set up for this. You see, they got him with that last scenario. They're about to go and cap it off with this new scenario. And they're going to go for it if they went for the last one. So it's all on the table, man. This is not no game. This is not no... Let's say they can throw their conspiracy theory stuff in the trash can by now, because this is all up in your face, up front. We just read it. We just read right here. They got a global ID that's already got patented. I feel like they already done ran that. They already done used that. They already done rolled that out. Now they just need to come with the currency, the digital, the new money system that's going to make it complete. That's going to show. They already got things called what? Real passports, real IDs. What's that all about, man? That's all about putting you into a new system to show. That's basically like you pledge your allegiance to Esau, the same way with the three holy children, when they had to bow down to that statue. What was that in Babylon? Nebuchadnezzar was making them bow down to a statue. If you didn't bow down, man, he gonna throw you in a hot furnace. That situation coming again. It's the same thing. And like Revelation 36 said, this is to come here to trial everybody on the face of the planet. This is gonna be a worldwide thing. Global, like the articles say. So with that being said, let's get to the scriptures to further prove this. Let's go to Psalms 64 and 5, and it reads, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commute of land snares privily. They say, who shall see them? So who is that say they encourage themselves in an evil matter? Who encourage themselves in an evil matter? Esau, Edom, aka the white nation. All they do is wickedness. All they do is evil. And this is a very diabolical plot that they're about to do. And we know the reason they're about to do this evil matter is because they're trying to make you be defiled and not acceptable. They're about to make it to where, like right now, everybody got a chance to repent and get, that's Israel. Let me make that clear. Everybody of Israel has a chance to repent and put themselves in the opportunity to be redeemed by Yahweh Shah, by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah. They have the opportunity, right? Now, what this evil matter is that's being concocted by Esau, Edom, aka the white nation, is they're going to make to where you don't qualify for that anymore. Because you know why they're mad? They don't qualify for that. So since Esau doesn't qualify for salvation, it's going to make the word you don't qualify for salvation. That's how this devil is getting down. And see, the precept says they commune of land snares privily. Privily mean private. See, these devils be in their meetings, their little meetings and all their little boards talking about how they going to get us, how to destroy us. They say, we know what they're talking about in the Bilderberg Committee, Committee 300, Trilateral Committee. We know what they're talking about. It's all about us. How can we destroy the nation of Israel? How can we make it to where their Savior can't get them? And this right here is their diabolical plan, which goes to Revelation 13 and 16. This new biometric system they're about to put everybody in. And to make it work, they got to do everybody like that. They can't just do it for us, because then it's going to make it where Israel, the antenna's going to flick up. So they got to just go ahead and cap everybody into the scenario. And then hope that they get 100%, percent rate on us. That way they can try to prevent Yahweh's second coming. And they say, at the end it says, and they say, who shall see them? We can answer that. The prophets. We see you, devil. We see you. Clear as day. We know about your trap. We watching you lay the trap. We know what you done talked about, your meetings. We know the stakes that you up against. We know all about you. Through the apostles and elders of this great wise council, the house of David, we know all about you, Esau. We know what you're doing. We see it. So we're telling the sheep, telling the nation, like a good watchman, like, man, this is what the devil's doing. Here they go. They're speeding it up. They got to do this. And don't go for it. Rough it. Have faith in Yahweh, man. Because it said, this thing going to be big. We're going to have to forsake our lives in this country to offset this diabolical plan that's been made by Esau Edom. We're going to lose jobs. We're going to lose cars. We're going to lose houses. We're going to lose family members. And we got to lose all of that. Like, we got to be in the state of Job. We got to lose all of that to gain Yahweh. That's what this devil's about to do. He going to be like, he's basically putting your life in front of you. Like, your life as far as being in this system. You choose, like he going to say, you take this, you get to continue to do this. You can have all this. You can be father of the year, mother of the year. You can do all of that. Son of the year, daughter of the year. Just go ahead and take the deal. Like that movie, The Deal. Take the deal and you good. But if you resist, you ain't gonna have nothing. You're gonna be reduced to nothing. You're gonna be a bum. You're gonna be ostracized from society. That's how the devil gonna do us. And we gotta be prepared to say, okay, that's cool. And go off in the woods and rough it. That's the mindset we gotta have. And we gotta believe in Yahweh. They're gonna say, because like they said, if you don't take this new device that's gonna go into the new digital currency, you're not gonna be able to buy food. You're not gonna be able to sell nothing. You're gonna be totally locked out of the system. Because it's gonna be a new system. They don't take cash anymore. Cash is gonna be gone. They're talking about crashing the dollar around December 13th. And the way it's looking, the way they're moving, they might just be able to make that deadline. We have to wait and see. But we do know for sure they're gonna crash the dollar. That we do know. Now, at the exact time, we don't know the exact time, but we do know they will crash the dollar. Now, they gave a date of December 13th. We'll see if they stick to that. But it's going to happen. So let's go to Proverbs 14 and 27. Because like I said, we got to stick to the script. We got to stick to these scriptures in order to offset what these devils are doing. So check it out. This is Proverbs 14:27. The fear of the Lord is the fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death. Did you peep that? It said the fear of the Lord is the fountain of life. And where is the fountain of life found? In these scriptures, in these commandments, these wise sayings. That's how we're going to avoid this snare, this trap. Because the MOTB system, the B system, that's the ultimate snare and trap right there. That's like guaranteed you finish. Guaranteed that you will not make it to be the first fruits of the kingdom of heaven. It's a guarantee that you got to know Yahweh Shah by pain, because that's you bowing down to the image of Esau and accepting the devil as your Lord and Savior, and not Yahweh Shah. So we gotta. It's even good to even know this information that we know, because a lot of people, the 2/3 done heard it and they forsook it. This gospel done hit everybody. The gospel done reached the gates of the nobles. Esau. That's why they in a panic mode and rushing to get this plan out of here, because they done heard this. And they know how serious. They know what's at stake. So their scripture spot on, man, because it tells us the fear of the Lord, which the fear of the Lord is what? The beginning of knowledge, the beginning of wisdom. When you fear the Lord, you're going to do what the Lord told you to do. And he said, and that's going to do what? Help you depart from the snares of death. Because that's what Esau's bringing. Esau's bringing death. He bringing death while you still alive. He gonna make you a zombie if you take that device. That's basically what you are when you take that, man. You the walking, you the living dead. You know? Straight zombie. That's why they make so many zombie movies. Now I understand. Now I get it. Because Esau's about to turn people into zombies. He does already. You look around these crackheads and meth heads and fentanyl heads. Man, those are zombies, man. They here, but they already dead inside. So they just activated off their lust. And they'll attack somebody to get them some money to feed their drug addiction. Those are zombies. So like I was saying earlier, when this new currency comes into play, this new device, the beast system, which is gonna come into play, which I might play some, man. I might play some from one of the Zarquan's pages, man, to prove this thing is coming. Let's go see something. Cause he got a whole series on it. Let's check this out, man. To further prove my point, because I mean it's coming in quick.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
I've heard about the fish technology since the 80s. And it's now kind of coming into fruition.
I feel like I'm reading out the book of Revelation, possibly. So what concerns come to you arise from humans micro-efficient themselves? This is the mark of the beast. Listen, no, let me tell you something. I mean, I'm no biblical scholar here, but it's amazing the parallels made. Think about it, Lindsay. No more wallets. You want to pay for your bill? Go like that. Because there's just go like that. We'll do these little hand waves. This will be everything. And then, as I said, the moment you transgress and that fish is turned off, you don't exist anymore.
I can't find it, and I don't know where it is. And the idea that maybe someone could put an RFID somewhere where I would just have to wave my arm, it's a very attractive proposition.
So inside each of these boxes here is probably the coolest and most dangerous thing I'm ever going to do to my body. Each of these contain a microchip that I'm going to be surgically implanting into my body forever so I can be better connected to my smart home. No, I'm not joking. Let me explain how and why. This is what the microchip look like. You can see here next to the quarter for scale. And this is what the tool looks like that's going to be injecting it into me. As you can see here, it's a very, very big needle with an opening on the end where the chip will be deposited out. To start off, I'm going to be putting one of these in each one of my hands, right here between my index finger and thumb. If you feel there's a lot of meat there for it to go into. I've got this block of clear gelatin here I cooked that I'm going to be using to show you guys exactly what it looks like when these things are installed. So once they have my hand all sanitized and prepped, they're going to take the needle and insert it about 2 inches into my hand. They're then going to push the lever here. You'll see that the chip will insert into the gelatin, pull it out, and just like that, we have an implant. Now, why in God's name would I ever want to have this in my hand? Let me explain. So first off, what are these things? Most of these are NFC tags or RFID tags. NFC and RFID are 2 forms of wireless communication that don't require batteries. A really common use case for RFID is the building fob that you use to scan in and out of apartments. NFC, for example, they're used on certain things like these gym pass cards where you scan in to get in and out of the gym. That being said, there are 4 main ways I plan to utilize these implants. So the first one and most straightforward is cloning my existing cards and fobs that I have, so I no longer have to carry keys or a wallet. I just tap my hand and I'm in. Second is using it for authentication on my computer, phone, or sensitive devices. If I don't think a password is enough, I can program it so I have to tap my implant to access that information.
Basically just like a super secure fingerprint scanner. Next is building my own custom solution. So I have this antenna here that can scan the tags. I can program it so when I scan my tag, it can control all sorts of things. Maybe that's opening a safe. Maybe that's opening my smart lock, which I'm going to do so I can fob into my apartment with my hand and open my apartment door with my hand. No keys required. There's lots of flexibility that we're going to be able to do with this bad boy, and there's going to be lots of videos on it. And lastly, and this one's a little bit more complicated and will take me a while to set up, but payment. There is a world where you can use your tag to tap for a payment like you would with a tap credit card. Really excited about that one.
Payments. Money. Currency. Say these devils are going to do this. Look, convenience. They're making it convenient. That's why a lot of people are going to go for it. They're going to be hollering for it, especially when that dollar crash. They're experimenting with it now. So it's certain camps that's talking about this ain't it. They looking crazy, man. Prophecy's walking them down. Because it's showing you this is it. This is how these devils gonna do it. This is why 5G is so prevalent. So I just wanted to show that because man, that was a nice piece he put together right there, man. Very nice piece. And I recommend y'all subscribe to that channel. This is the first channel I found in GMS. I love this channel. Man, he's all day. He go hard on them devils. So subscribe to this channel. Mission to the Kingdom, the trilogy. You know, one of my favorites. I eat off this page every day. Stay right there. You good, man. The Most High blessed him, that man, with a lot of wisdom. He comes with a lot of wisdom. So let's get back to the scriptures. And that just shows you right there, like, this is not nothing we making up. They're telling you. They're experimenting. That dude probably got paid to do a trial run with that. You know, he was all excited. He talking about this what I'm about to do, and I can come in my apartment with it. I do it for my payments, my phone, my computer access. Man, they're about to make you like a dang cyborg. Is what Esau about to do. And see, Esau could spy on you like that. He probably got your vital signs. He knows where you're at all times. Ain't like you just cut off and go into the woods or anywhere in the area. He know where you at. Then that makes it easy for Esau. They got drones. That puts you on the Internet of Things. He can press a button and a drone or system come out and find you and tell you better report to this facility at this time. Or it might, you know, ain't no telling what's in them things, man. It might just flood your system, or, you know, like the movie Implanted, stimulate you with pain because you're not complying or you trying to do something they don't want you to do. When you do that, you finished, man. When you do that, you are basically the living dead. When you put that gives Esau all control. Once you put that device in your body, you're finished. Esau, he got it. It's kind of like some being ravished. Once he push it in, push your seed in, that's a wrap, man. So check it out. We're gonna go to this. And really, I can't compare it to that. This is worse than that, because once you get this is death. Ain't no coming back. Ain't no repentance. Ain't no healing from this. This is over with. So I can't compare it to that. There's something like it, but it's the worst of the worst. Because when you do this move, that's your life. It's over with for you. There's no repentance for you. No, redemption for you. It's over with. You had pledged your allegiance to Esau. And it's basically saying, in Esau I trust, when you take that device. So that goes into this right here. Now this precept makes a whole lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense compared to what I said earlier. So check it out. This is Luke 17:33. Whomsoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it, and whomsoever lose his life shall preserve it. So let's break that precept down. That's a big stumbling block right there to people. I bet it don't make a lot of sense to them. Because when I first started reading the scriptures again, I read that. I'm like, what? But I stayed with it. So check it out. This is what it's talking about. If you take that device, you're going to lose your life. As far as your life with Yahawashi and your chance to be in the kingdom, you lose the birthright. Basically, you lose the right to be part of the first fruits in the kingdom. Now you have to feel by pain, Yahawashi, you got to wait to be born again to come in the kingdom. You ain't going to be part of the first fruits. Because it said, whoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it. And the people going to be thinking they saving their life, man. I seen a military dude. I seen people that last scenario when they was threatening to, take your job away if you don't comply with that. You know, people are like, I can't lose my life. I'll lose my apartment. I'll lose my car, my house. Certain people say I'll lose my marriages, and they went ahead and complied with it because they didn't want to lose their life. You know, and when it comes to this one right here, you know, if you comply with this scenario, you literally gonna lose your life by complying with it. But see, it also says whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. So if we say, I'm not taking that device, nope, I ain't complying, I ain't doing it. Now we're gonna lose our life as compared to the Babylon the Great, as in the world, we're gonna lose our worldly life, but we're gonna preserve our opportunity to get into the kingdom of heaven, which is real life. Was the fountain of life. That's life for real. Because being here in Babylon the Great, this ain't life, man. We just existing. We not living the way we supposed to live. We don't have sovereignty. We not living nowhere near how we supposed to live based on the laws and commandments of Yahweh Shah. So when this devil comes with this scenario, with this device, you know, the Revelation 13 and 16, and we say, nah, I ain't complying, I ain't doing it, that's us preserving our life. We're preserving that. We're giving Yahweh Shah the opportunity to spring up and show us those miracles and power of how he gonna protect his hopeful elect. Now, if you don't put up a fight and resist, you're not giving Yahweh Shah opportunity to show you his power. So I notice Yahweh Shah is wanting to show us his power. He want to show us what he gonna do. He want to show us the type of abilities he has. But first, like I said, he need us to put up a fight. We need to put up a resistance. Like a woman that dude is trying to rape, and she hollers out. You know, when the woman hollers out, it's notifying she's in trouble. That's so the man can hear her, come over there and fight on her behalf, fight off the dude. So that's what we got to do. Because as a nation of Israel, we compare it to a woman, and you're supposed to holler out. You're supposed to holler out to Yahweh Shah, to send Yahweh Shah to come and knock this devil's head off. And Lord willing, in the hopeful leg, we're gonna do that. We got to be preparing. That's why this edification goes. In this period we got, this liberty we got, we're supposed to be building up a resistance, building our faith up, so when this thing comes into play, we can say, hey man, I'm not taking that. No, no, no. And we can be firm on that. Because this devil, I'm telling you, they're going to come like, oh, you going to lose your children. You know, for ones of us that got children, you know, that's a heavy thing right there. They're going to be like, oh, you're going to lose your marriage. You're going to lose your car, your house, your apartment. You know, they're going to put all that in our face. You know, we got to be prepared to walk away from that. That's why we got to prepare ourselves right now. And that precept right there is talking about that, man, that scenario. And now when I read it, it make all the sense in the world. All the sense in the world right now. Because we got to look to lose this life in this kingdom, in this wicked queendom, should I say. We got to be prepared to lose that so that we can gain a real life, start living the way we supposed to live, have a real life in the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom that's to come. We got to look past this place. We got to look on what's coming. That's one of the things that keeps me going, Yahshua. I'm always thinking about the kingdom of heaven and this, you know, trying to imagine what it's going to be like, you know, what I'm going to have. And I advise you to do that as well, too, because it builds your strength up, man. It makes it's like a coping mechanism. It makes it easier to deal with Babylon the Great because it really ups your spirit when you think about the kingdom of heaven. You know, that's what it's like, the gas to how I'm able to do this ministry and keep going. I'm always looking at the kingdom of heaven. Like, man, I want my palace to have gold in the walls. I want diamonds, you know, on the floor. You know, I want chrysocolla. I'll be looking at all the stones, the elements, jade. And I just be thinking about, you know, how I want my life to be in the kingdom of heaven. Now, it's going to be way better than what we imagine. Because, you know, like Yahweh shall say, you know, his thoughts are higher than ours. But it's something good to think about that, you know, pushes you forward. You know, you look at your reward and you ponder on it, the kingdom of heaven, it really puts you in a good spirit to think about that. And it makes you look at what we got now like, man, this ain't nothing, man. I'm living the worst of the worst. So what the hell I look like putting a device in my body to keep living a pathetic existence? No, man. I'm looking to get what's promised to me, to inheritance, the kingdom of heaven. That's ahead. And I got to deny this devil to get it. So that makes it easy when the scenario comes. I said, we waiting on this devil. Like, man, we know what you're going to do. Hurry up and do it. So we can go ahead and, you know, see, Lord willing, we're going to pass the test. So we can get to where we want to be, which is the kingdom of heaven. And that's the mindset to be in, Yashua. So with that, I just wanted to pull out this lesson, show y'all what this devil's doing, what's next. We got a big test coming up. It's like we studying. We in the classroom. We talking about it. We got a big test coming up, a hard test at that. And that's that Revelation chapter 13 and 16. And we right here at it. The test is coming up very soon. So get ready for that test. Keep studying up. And Lord willing, we pass that test. You know, because if you pass the test, man, it's like moving up another grade, man. Lord willing, we're part of that precious hopeful elect. And then we can get to the kingdom of heaven, where we get actual rest. Can't get no rest here. We weary here, man. This devil wants you to work all the time like a dang slave. He want to complete your servitude to him by making you a perpetual slave, by putting a device in your body. You know, these devils about to get real off the chain, Yashua. So with that being said, I want to say, Kwam Yashua, Detail Baba Bob, Shalom.